Alrighty, let's see how this works. I just finished work, and I guess if you're really good, you'll be able to figure out where it is if you look in the background. Today's mood, I was really fucking irritable today, especially in the morning. Just everything was aggravating me like you wouldn't believe. Really, it was stemming from the fact that I haven't slept really in the past week. Surviving on like 2 hours here, 3 hours there. This week in particular, it's been consistently about 3.5 hours, which definitely affects my mood. But today was a pretty good day once I got to work, because I got put in a section where it's always busy. There's always something to do, which for me, I like that aspect of what I'm doing, because it gives me something to focus on, as opposed to sitting there wallowing in my own thoughts that, race from being paranoid, anger, mournful, whatnot. I do enjoy working. It's one of those things that it lets me think, or rather lets me clear my head. I don't have to think about anything. It's and there goes my camera. I didn't think this through very well. I'm in a position when I'm working, I don't have to focus on anything else. I don't have to think about my emotions. I don't have to think about my troubles. I just have to focus on that task. Keeping busy is a way for me to work through my own thoughts. That's my stopgap. There's times when I have been super stressed out, where I've been down, and I just didn't want to be around anybody, to the point where I'd rather just be at work. As horrible as that might sound, to my family, just there's times where my mood has declined to the point where it's just like I hated them. The thought of spending time with them irritated me or depressed me. I'd rather spend time with people that I didn't know that well anyway, rather than the people that are supposedly closest to me. It's odd, because in the end, it's those that are closest to me that help me out the most. There's quite the contrast when I'm at those points. It's like the harder I want to push people away, the more people end up needing to help me, because I can't think for myself at certain points. Obviously, I've tried to harm myself. I put a lot of stress on people around me as a result. I don't like trust. After a certain point, you have to ask yourself a question: are you going to tell anybody? Are you going to be honest about it, or just not say anything, and then they're just going to think you're weird when you wig out, or you're just like, or you're over emotional. You know, like it's very, very much a double-edged sword, because by being honest, it can give context to obviously your actions or how you feel, and in that way people can be more empathetic to you during those times where it's very difficult. You don't want sympathy. Like for me, I hate sympathy. I don't want, like, if I'm like depressed, I don't want sympathy from anyone. That just aggravates me even more. I don't want sympathy. I don't want people's empathy. I don't want pity. I don't want people to tell me, oh, it's gonna be okay. All that freaking garbage talk. Like it just irritates me. I just want to be left alone. I just want to be treated like a person. You know, and that, you know, brings up the other point. If you tell people, will they still treat you like a person? You don't know. It's a catch-22. Like you should be able to tell people that, yes, you are this person. You're Sally. You're Christopher. You're James. And yes, you have a mental illness. And that shouldn't affect how others perceive you. But often they just see the illness first. Worst case scenario is that's all they see. For me personally, obviously making this video, putting it out to the world, I've made the choice to say, yeah, I have bipolar. Yes, I'm managing it the best I can. You know, it's been tough. Like, I've seen the looks that people give me. I've experienced, you know, points where people, they say, oh, you're bipolar. That's so sad. Pity. It drives me nuts. I've been in positions where they just don't know how to react. They just kind of glaze over that whole mental illness issue, and they kind of want to forget that. You know, like it's I've just said it to be manipulative, in that I want to know what type of person this person in particular is. Because usually you don't get to know somebody unless they're outside their comfort zone. So when I talk to them about being bipolar, you know, some people are uncomfortable with the fact that I'm bipolar. I've tried to commit suicide. I've harmed myself. They start to cringe and stuff like that, and how they act after the fact with that knowledge tells me more about how that, or what that person is like, than the actual words Take it. God damn it. That's going slow. Of a stigma still with regards to mental illness. People just don't want to talk about it enough. Like, the vast majority of those people living on the streets, homeless, people treat them like, oh, they should just get a job. Like, they could try. Like, it's their fault that they're there. Well, yeah, they got there because of their actions, but a lot of them are there because they're mentally ill. You know? And then people are like, well, there's all sorts of programs to help the mentally ill. Well, yes, it is true. But unfortunately, they're all voluntary programs. And if you're in a position where you're mentally ill and you're like, I'm fine, I don't want no fucking help, even though you really should get help, you're not gonna get help. Like, for me, in my case, there was a point where I went through a severe depression. I would be classified as having clinical depression, severe clinical depression, for about 3 years. I didn't want to see nobody. My wife had told me for years, I think you're bipolar. She had looked it up and online and asked friends and kind of was looking at all these little things I was doing, and a lot of what it was were signs of like hypomania and then severe depression after. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to be labeled as broken from the start. I didn't want to be, stamped as like something that's disgusting by people. Often I wonder if I made the wrong decision in terms of letting people know at my workplace that I was bipolar. Just because I feel right now that it's affected any chances of me advancing, like any serious considerations for me becoming going higher up other than what I'm doing right now are kind of like, well, yeah, he might be able to if he wasn't fucking crazy. What happens if James, breaks down, has a mental break, and then he's not there? Again, it's just getting it thrown in your face. When I'm at work, I leave all of my personal shit behind me. I keep whatever crap that I have to deal with, I keep it in the box. I keep it in a box. I take that box and I put it aside. I don't take it with me to work. I go to work, and then I come home, and then I deal with it. Just like every other adult. Well, we kind of veered off topic, and I've kind of probably should have not been filming while I was driving. But hopefully this video isn't too long. Probably is. Anyway, catch you in the next one. Like, favorite, subscribe, share it with your friends. Get the dialogue going. Hopefully we can take some of the stigma away from being mentally ill.